When lives are on the line, seconds count. In a fire or medical emergency, it can be the difference between life and death. KCRA 3 Investigates analyze how quickly Sacramento City fire crews respond. KCRA 3's Lindsay Paulo shows you where the department falls short and why response times will probably get slower.
Paradise Punch, what's the address of the emergency?
When you need a firefighter, time is critical. Fire doubles in size every minute. Brain damage sets in within 4 minutes of losing oxygen. That's why the industry standard is arriving at a fire or emergency within 5 minutes, 90% of the time.
The standards, the guideline is something that you're going to shoot for.
Sacramento City Fire has not formally adopted the standard, but Chief Ray Jones says it is the benchmark. So how's the department doing? KCRA 3 Investigates analyzed all Sacramento City Fire calls for 2008. Sacramento City Fire meets the standard within 5 minutes, 90% of the time, only here in the heart of downtown. In neighborhoods east and south of the core, it's 80%. East Sacramento and College Greens, 70%. And the farther out you go, the worse it gets.
Natomas is definitely a hotbed.
That's why the city's next fire station will be built here at the corner of Arena and El Centro Boulevards. The chief says it will improve the worst response times in the city. But that's at least 2 years away. What's putting this area and the rest of the city at risk right now is the budget crisis. Sacramento City Fire initiated rolling brownouts of single companies at 2 company stations a year ago. Response times went up 30 seconds.
Whenever you reduce the level of service, something's going to be affected. You just can't get around that.
Jones says labor concessions will keep brownouts at just 1 company at a time. He doesn't foresee closing any stations. And while he'd like to see all companies making the standard, he says it's not in the cards he's been dealt.
However, we still feel that as an organization, we need to shoot for that 5-minute mark and do whatever we can as an organization to get closer and closer to it.
In Sacramento, Lindsay Paulo, KCRA 3 reports.
Now, if you'd like to see what the response times are in your neighborhood, we've created this. It's an interactive map on our website. All you have to do is go to KCRA.com, click on the Seen On section, and then click on the zip code where you live in the Sacramento City or in the Metro Fire Districts, and you'll be able to find out immediately what the response time is in your area. Now, here's the map you will see when you go online. I want to show you something up here. Let's start with downtown Sacramento right now. And Lindsay mentioned this here, actually, let's go down just a little bit lower than that here. And in downtown Sacramento, the response time, about 10% missed. Let's see if we can go down. Anyway, 10% missed in downtown Sacramento, which meets the government standard. If you move over to Citrus Heights up here, you can see that they are missing that standard half the time, only 50%, making it under 5 minutes. It gets even worse when you go down to Rancho Cordova. 80% of the calls out there are over that 5% time. So it's a good tool to find out how things are in your neighborhood. Now, while many other fire agencies try to meet that gold standard for response times, others have set up longer response time standards. Sacramento Metro Fire is one of them. Coming up tonight at 11, we'll explain why they're doing that.